Hello Kristine, this is Will Sullivan with Sullivan Auto Trading, and I am going to be giving you a walk around on that 2013 Toyota Highlander. Just going to turn our carousel on here so you can get an overall view of the vehicle. It's a little noisy as it turns here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and slow this down and we're gonna go over this vehicle panel by panel. All right, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to walk around this vehicle with you. Like I had explained to you on the phone, this was a vehicle that belonged to a friend of mine who did a lot of service work here. I am going to go over each panel starting from the front of the car and the hood and work myself back and then go inside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to point out every single imperfection on this vehicle. So there's no surprises. There's a lot of things that don't show up in photos. And be honest with you, there's going to be a lot of things that I point out that really are not that bad, but I would rather point them out and show them to you than overlook them and misdescribe it. So starting from the front, the bumper of the front of the vehicle looks very good. It looks like there was a previous touch-up paint repair here, as you can see. They did a pretty good job with the color matches. You can kind of see as you step away, it almost disappears, which is what touch-up should do, but it does have a minor scratch there that was touched up. Also has a real light scratch and some bug scratches in the front of this bumper, which is very normal. But you can see that all of this is, almost disappears as you back up a little bit. So, but that is there. The chin spoiler on the bottom looks very good, very clean. No scratches or dents there. The fog lights are very clear. They're not hazed over, and they look excellent. Some more light, bug etching into the paint, as you get with a lot of vehicles. It's just nothing you can really do about that. A wet sand, a buff may bring some correction to that, but it's pretty consistent across the front of the bumper. I've got a 2016 or 2017 Suburban with very low miles, and mine unfortunately has the same thing. It just, especially here in Virginia, we have a lot more humid weather and a lot more bugs on the highway. So, but it looks really good in the front. The hood also looks very clean. I'll try to get down to an angle where you can see if there's any dents, and there's, as you can see, there are none. It's got some bird dung right there. I apologize for that. That didn't really look too good in our picture here. But headlight housings are extremely clear. So the reason I point that out is because vehicles of this age, they tend to get a haze on this headlight, which can be corrected with a wet sand or a buff, but I can tell just from feeling this plastic that that's never been done. And this vehicle was probably more than likely parked in a garage or detailed regularly. So both headlights look excellent. This fog light on this side also looks very good. Going around to the driver's side fender. No dents or scratches on this fender at all. The bumper lines up very clean. So no evidence of any type of previous repair or anything like that. And the wheels are in very good shape. No curb rashing. Actually, you got some light curb rashing right here. Right along here, there's a really light curb rashing. But as you step back, it just kind of fade away. But that is there. I almost didn't see it right in front of it. The underneath of the vehicle looks good. Wheel well looks good. And the tires, I would say, are at about 50%. They're probably measuring at about 8/32 of an inch, maybe 9. Driver's side door looks very good. No scratches or dents that I can see. I'll try to get some of this pollen off, but yeah, that looks really good. Some real small dents right here. I've got 1, 2, 3 dents that you can see at a certain angle as I move this. There it is. I just saw one of them, but there they are. 1, 2. You can see on the bottom left-hand corner. 1, 2, and where's the third? Third's right below it, right there. It's smaller. But as you step back, you can kind of see that one right above the rail. And if this is a vehicle you move forward on, I might have my paintless dent guy go ahead and pop those out, because those are a bit noticeable even as I step back, and that's a really easy correction that we can do before we ship the vehicle to you. Driver's side rear door looks very good, no scratches or dents. Moving up to the luggage rack, it does have both cross members. The top of this vehicle looks good, no dents, no clear fading or anything like that. And most importantly, this weather seal looks really good. So now I don't see any dry rotting or anything like that, which is important for leaks. Moving back to the quarter panel of the vehicle, no scratches or dents on this quarter panel at all that I can find. And I'm in super bright HD lighting that we use for our photographs. So it makes every imperfection pop out on this vehicle if it's there. Moving along to the rear bumper. Rear bumper lines up exactly the way it should. It's not protruding or anything out. Sometimes even just a small bump in the back of that can force that out. And so what we're looking at is, you know, as close to OEM spec as you can get. It looks very, very good as we look down the side of the vehicle. Real light scratch right there in the paint. And then this wheel on the back does not have any curb rashing. And the tire tread depth is about the same, probably about 50%, which is about 8/32 of an inch. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Moving on to the rear bumper. Rear bumper looks good. No scratches, no dents. So move along. This side also lines up very well. Looks like we have some light touch-up paint right here. That was done and matched really, really well. I see too often in the car business where people do not use the right paint to do touch-up work, and it really looks awful. But you know, some real light scratching that has been touched up there. Third brake light is good, no condensation. I see that a lot in Highlanders. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a seal issue or what, but this will fill with water. Rear blades are new on the back. And then this chrome piece here, I see this a lot as well. This will delaminate and start to bubble up a little bit. And this one looks near new. So it looks really, really good. Moving along to the quarter panel on the passenger side, free of any scratches or major scratches that I see. One small dent in the body line. If you're not at the right angle, you won't even see it. Let's see if there it is. So it's right there. And when he does that other side, I'll see if he can't just go ahead and correct that as well. This lines up really good. It starts to pop out a little bit here, and that could just be worn out from the clip, because I don't see any type of paint line or anything where this bumper's been painted. I think it just needs to be resecured, but it lines up perfect. This is the rear wheel. Is that curb rash or is that just a mark? It's just a mark, so no curb rash here. Have to get a new dust cap for that. And tires on this side, of course, match all the way around. This is an all-wheel drive vehicle. And so anytime you replace a tire on an all-wheel drive vehicle, just like your RAV4, you know you have to replace all 4 of them. So it's no surprise that all the tires are matching and all the tires are at the same tire depth. So passenger side rear door looks good. Driver side rear door looks good as well. I don't see any scratches. I see another minor dent right there, and we'll get him to take care of that as well. And then moving along to the fender, this is kind of where we started up here at the front. You can see that touch up that we were talking about, but this fender looks really good. Nothing that jumps out at me at all on this either. So I'm gonna go around to the other side of the vehicle now and open the door and just shoot the inside, and then we'll look under the hood and we'll bring closer to this vehicle or video. So opening up the door, driver's side door looks good. No scratching on the door handle. All the buttons are very clean. This vehicle is well detailed, but I know when we traded it that it was very clean when we traded it. So go ahead and lift this mat up so you can see the actual condition of the carpets. They're very clean. And we'll just start with the driver's seat. So the headrest looks good. I'm just gonna kind of pan down. This lighting really shows everything. No wear or anything on this backside bolster here. Looks like we have a small impression of some sort, probably from a wallet. Who knows, something sat on this seat. It probably just from driver wear, but you can kind of see it right there. And this bolster looks really good, considering this is a 13. Because this is pressed down so often when the driver enters and exits the vehicle, they can tend to wear a lot with leather seats right along this bolster. So, and then we have some light wear right here. But the driver's seat looks really good. Passenger seat, very clean, no wear marks anywhere, very clean. And this, go through some of these buttons. So you have your snow option for your 4-wheel drive. You have intuitive 4-wheel drive in this, meaning that you don't ever have to engage anything. But if you find yourself in deep snow, you can press this. And this is your downhill acceleration control, which allows you, if you're negotiating, pretty steep terrain, that you can use this, and it'll use the transmission to brake rather than wear your brake pads out. It is equipped with heated seats for passenger and driver. And this is your Infotainment Center. And this is your this is just a smaller condensed version of your Infotainment Center. So this will give you temperature and stuff like that. Steering wheel is not worn or scratched. Very well taken care of car, through and through. Headliners are very clean. No evidence whatsoever of this sunroof ever leaking. Usually you'll see watermarks along here, so I'm happy to see that. And then the carpet on this side. Plenty of storage space here. You have your storage space for your middle console. And then you have your glove box. And you also have a place to hook up USB and an aux cord if you like. Cruise control is all here. Your voice is set up for your phone options for to pick up and hang up. And then your different modes and volume and channel controls are all done here. So it is XM ready if you decide you want to hook up XM radio. Mirrors in good shape as well. I always like to look in here for crumbs. You can just see that this vehicle is not a crummy mess. It's very clean. Moving along to the rear of the vehicle, we'll go ahead and unlock it. Looking at the back seats, first of all, the carpet is very, very well taken care of. Some light fraying right here, which I don't think you can do anything about that. I think that just comes from age. But you can actually take a pair of scissors and just cut that down if it bothers you too much. You do have rear climate control, so your passengers can operate that. And then you have cup holders that slide out like that. Slide those back in. Very clean. Seats back here are in great condition. First thing I always look at is, does it have those imprints from the car seat wearing the seat out? And this doesn't on any of the seats. This part right here does remove, and this comes out all together. And we'll go around to the rear of the vehicle. All right, opening this up, just looking at the back cargo space, super, super clean. This is actually a slot for basically a cover that you can get from Toyota if you like. That covers up this back cargo area. And we'll remove this mat to show you how the third row seating folds up. It's stowed right now. And you can see the condition of these seats. Stow those back down. Push that. And then when these seats are folded down, they lay completely flat, giving you a ton of storage space. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go around, I'm going to pop the hood and show you the inside of this vehicle, and then I'll bring some closure to this. Motor is very clean. Now, we do a good job detailing these vehicles, but Don, who owned this vehicle, Don and Candace, his wife, they just maintain their stuff and take care of their stuff the way you're supposed to, and they did a good job with this vehicle. So I also know that Don and Candace, my friends that own this, they did have kids, and to look inside of a vehicle that was owned by parents and see that there's just not cheeseburgers ground in these seats, you know, and crumbs through the tracks that are extremely hard to detail and stuff like that. It's just a good representation of how they took care of this vehicle cosmetically, along with mechanically. And I can get you their service records if you'd like to see them of the work that they did do here. So I hope this vehicle or this video was able to give you a better view outside of the pictures of what you're potentially looking to buy. And if you need anything at all or have any other questions, please let me know. I'm working on getting you that shipping quote right now from Dash Transport, and I'll be in touch. So thank you for the opportunity.